for some people who are out there who are thinking that perhaps 3D printing could benefit their business, could you talk a little bit about some of the benefits and then maybe some of the misperceptions that, or some of the pitfalls businesses who are trying to adopt this technology could encounter when they're doing it?
3D printing is an umbrella term that captures a number of different techniques, right? There's a lot involved there. So my perspective is, being that I've spent 8 years now really focused on 3D printing, is every business that makes something or designs something can benefit from 3D printing in one way, shape, or form. Where people normally fall off, where people are not able to make good use of the tool, is when they are looking at the wrong type of tool. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really critical that first and foremost, anybody who's looking to get into 3D printing, leverage any local resource or any resource you can find, because even you can find experts that are just writing blogs and providing good content that you can learn from online from all over the world. But look to those people who can better help you, better guide you along the early stages of the journey. So, we as an OEM, that's something we really strive to achieve. And we always tell people, if you have a need or if you're interested in learning about 3D printing, get a hold of us, because even if it's something that JuggerBot can't help you with, we can at least point you in a direction. Companies like America Makes, they're really big helps and a great resource for companies that are looking to, again, navigate the 3D printing waters. And so there's definitely resources out there that will help you in some way, shape, or form make good use of the technology, whether that be as a more traditionally a prototyping tool, something that can just help you print your designs out fast, get them in hand and say, yes, I like this, or no, I don't like this, make changes without having to go through the time and expense associated with more, I should say, more conventional ways of prototyping.
Right.
Or if it's something you're actually going to use for, like our customers are, for production tooling, for production aids, for production parts.
Mm-hmm. Is there any, and this is just off the top of my head, is there any concern when people are making parts for their production floor? This thing's got to stand up. Are there differences, I guess, or are people maybe a little standoffish or reticent about adopting it because they're going, look, I can buy this part from my supplier, and if it breaks, I can sue him or something.
Yes,
do you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Like there's a little bit of a guarantee, I guess. You know what I mean?
Right.
As opposed to this thing that I printed over here, and now when it breaks, like, who do I blame?
Right. Right.
So
there's a certain level of diligence that has to go into making parts for functional purposes, and that's, I'd say, like 70% of our time with prospective users is going through the validation steps.
Okay.
And one of the biggest things for that is the material you're using, as well as understanding, obviously, how the process is going to work, which we can touch on, or we can refer to guides that'll kind of show that. But the material is a huge element of it. In our space, the application is going to drive material 100% of the time, and then the material is going to drive what 3D printing technology you can use. So that's one of the things that's also exciting for the pellet-fed systems that we've developed downtown here, is that there's only, say, hundreds, maybe thousands of filaments that are available, or or powders that are available, or resins that are available for the other 3D printing techniques, but there's tens of thousands, if not more, of pellets that are available, because pellets in thermoplastics, at least, that's what's used and has been used for traditional means of producing plastic parts for decades. Mm-hmm. So since you kind of unlock, you open Pandora's box in a lot of ways, and that's also something that helps you, again, go back and say, is this a critical part for this application? What happens if this fails? And having an analysis there and then saying, well, this is the best material for that, and this is the best way to build that. And then actually being able to lay out a development plan that includes testing to make sure before you put that part on that, is this going to live up to our expectation, or are we going to be in, a bad way?
Yeah. Okay. But it should be noted also that people are using this stuff on planes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, this stuff will hold up if done correctly.
100%.
You know what I mean?
There's I'm not going to mention who the name is, but there's a defense contractor. I guess defense and aerospace is the entire business, huge business.
Yeah.
They gave one of their lead additive manufacturing engineers gave a really good presentation at a trade show we were at, that we exhibited at in May, that just outlined and detailed all the work that this 12-person team has done in the past since 2012 or 2013 when it was established. So the past like 9-10 years here. They went for the first couple years, it was just prototyping and getting, kind of getting the hang of it. And they had 3 people, and then they had 5 people, and then they bought more machines, and then they went through a certificate process so that, again, 9 years later, there's 12 people. They've got over 300 parts that are being made for production, some of those that are very critical. But they've taken the time to go and they've done the diligence, they've done the work to be able to prove that that's all going to work for them.
Right.
Yeah. So there are, to your point, absolutely, there are critical parts that are being made for, in the most pertinent ways out of 3D printing.
717 Credit Union. Business services designed to meet your daily needs. Commercial loans, business deposits, merchant and payroll services. 717 Credit Union. It's knowing you were treated right every time.